And at this point in time, I want to make sure that everybody has pencils and paper. You're ready to take notes. We've got a lot of stuff to share with you today about using CorelDRAW to create rhinestone templates with. And as you can see here on the opening page, we've got some different samples of what rhinestoning looks like on garments. And I also want to show you that this is being sponsored by a few different companies. We've got Click to Cut, where you can cut directly from CorelDRAW to your cutter. We've got Captured on Video, which teaches you how to use CorelDRAW properly. MySupplyHut.com, where you'll find any and all supplies you need for the process we're doing today. And you've got www.corelhelp.com, a place you can go to find more answers about CorelDRAW. So as we get started, realize that these vendors are here to help us, and we're going to get started. So sit back, buckle up, get ready. Tonight, my goal is to show you how to create rhinestone template artwork using the tools in CorelDRAW. We'll also touch on other areas of rhinestoning, including how the process works and where to get supplies. Okay, now we're going to actually get into the nuts and bolts of how to make this process work with CorelDRAW. Okay, we're going to create this breast cancer awareness ribbon. And what we're going to do is go step by step So, step one. First thing we want to do is get our artwork. Remember I told you about the dingbats / symbols? Well, it happens to be in this web dings with all this different artwork available. There happens to be one here. So I'm going to click on it, hold with my left mouse button, drag out, and drop it on my page. That's how easy it is to use artwork when they're dingbats. The next thing that I have to do is I have to size this to my final size. This is a very important step. If you don't size this to the final size and you put stones on it, like here, you can't reduce or enlarge this because you'll change the size of the stones. And if you change the size of the stones, your stones won't fit in the template. So it's very important to size your artwork before you add the stones. So I'm going to go up to my sizing area. I'm going to lock my non-proportional scaling so that it sizes everything width and height. And I'm going to change the height to 5 inches here. That's going to be the final size of my stonework. Now what I need to do is I need to actually create a stone. And we're going to use a 10SS pink stone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom into my size chart. A 10SS stone, maximum size again, is 2.9 millimeters. And we need to add 0.08 millimeters to the final size so that I have some wiggle room. So the actual size of the stone that I want to create is 2.98 millimeters. So now that I know that, I'm going to zoom back out again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle. And I'm going to make it exactly 2.98 millimeters. Does anybody know how to convert millimeters to inches? Does anybody have a calculator? Well, fortunately with Corel, you don't need a calculator. If you click off the page so nothing is selected, you can change your inches to millimeters. Now I can make this exactly the size I want. I'm going to turn off non-proportional scaling so I can make it an exact circle. Highlight through the width, type in 2.98. Then I'm going to go to the height, and again, 2.98. Press enter. And now my stone size is exactly 2.98 millimeters by 2.98 millimeters. Don't forget when you're finished to change back to inches, unless you're one of the visitors from Europe right now and you understand what millimeters are. Or if you're in the embroidery business, I think it's easier for them to learn how to use millimeters. So once I have the stone sized properly, I then want to give it some color. I want it to have a pink color. So the way to do that is to go down to my fill tool, and I'm going to choose Fountain Fill. In here, I'm going to change my fountain fill from linear to conical, kind of making it look like a stone shape. I'm going to choose my pink color, and then I'm going to choose a lighter pink color or a very light red. Let me see if I can find something here. And then click on OK. And now what I have, I'm going to zoom in so we can see this, a nice pink conical filled design. Now, if you want it to look exactly pink and not shaded, take the outline off the stone, select the stone, go to the top of your color palette, right mouse click, and get rid of the actual circle. Now you're going to need 2 of these for the next process. So select your stone and duplicate it. I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to go to Duplicate. I now have a starting point and an ending point. The next step is what has evaded people from understanding how to do this process for quite a long time now. First step, select both stones so you have the starting point and the ending point. Next, choose the number of stones that you want to use. How many is that? I honestly don't know. So let's start with 100. Click on Apply. You see that 100 stones have been added in between the starting and stopping point. So the next step is I want to apply it to my shape. Come over to my shape, click on the path, and it's now selected. I now get the choices right here, and I need to click on and then click on Apply. As you can see, the stones are then centered right on the design for me. Now, if you want to add more stones, come up here and you can use the upward arrow and the downward arrow. So you can actually add stones one at a time until you have what you like. And I've almost got every corner selected except for this one. You're never going to get 100% match on your design. You're always going to have to make some slight adjustments, so get close. When you're happy, simply at this point in time, you have to separate the contour, the original lines, from the stones. Now, at this point, we have everything separated. Those are not joined together. So if you choose the actual contour instead, and you know you have the contour selected one way, down here it says a group of 120 objects. Well, that vectored object wasn't 120 when I started. We know that the dots are 120. If you can't get it right away, zoom in. Now you'll be able to click on it easily and move it. Zoom back out. Now what you can do is you can see exactly what it's going to look like. We've got some fixing here that we need to do, and here, and maybe move a few others around. So what we're going to do is zoom in. We'll start up here. And up here at the top, we can click on our design, and we have to ungroup all these different stones. So go to Arrange and Ungroup. Now you've got individual stones that you can start to move around using your keyboard. Now, as you're placing the stones, you might be changing the shape just a little bit, but you want to use the stones in such a process that it still looks like the original design, yet you have stones to use. Here I'm going to duplicate a stone. This time I'm going to use my shortcut, Control-D, and I'm going to move it right in here. So that completes this size, except for right here. I think I moved something. Yes, I did. I grabbed the wrong one. Let's duplicate this one. As you can see, even I'm not perfect at this, and you'll get used to learning how to do this. Let's now zoom into this corner down here. Now, I'm okay with the way this bends. I don't have to have a sharp corner, but down here, this stone's a little too close. So let's move it up and to the right till it fits better in the pattern. Down here, I have it too close, And I'll just start to move this until it fits a little bit better. And now I have my finished design. Once I'm happy with the design, let me zoom out. I want to select all those stones again, and I want to group them together. Arrange and group. And my design is finished. That's all there is to it.